This is podcast 133, and it's about how to create good habits. I was inspired by reading a review of a new book called Good Habits, Bad Habits by psychologist Wendy Wood. The author says what I already knew and have podcasted about before, that willpower has little to do with forming good habits, or being successful, or even having self-control. The best way to form a good habit is to set yourself up for success by making your environment support your new habit. Question for you. What about all those dang emails you supposedly subscribe to? They're now clogging up your inbox. And some of those evil senders don't give you the chance to politely unsubscribe. Or worse, they just ignore your requests. My sponsor, Clean Email, has a smart unsubscriber function to do that cleaning up for you and keep your inbox tidy. You can sign up for Clean Email with my special link. To do that, go to clean.email/clutter. If you don't have any candy in the house, clearly you aren't going to be eating candy. Pretty simple. If you turn your phone volume down, or even turn the phone off for a while, you won't be distracted by it as much. If you've got your checklist in front of you, it's pretty seamless to get through your task. I talked about the power of checklists 2 episodes ago. So those are examples of setting up your environment for success. True story. My mom quit smoking when she was 84 years old. She'd tried a few times before over the years, but without success. And after that, she just stopped trying. But one day, she ran out of cigarettes. She'd had some health issues by then, and driving to the store was just not the simple operation it used to be. It seemed like way too much work to get in the car and go over there and buy the cigarettes. So she didn't smoke. The next day, she realized she was still out of cigarettes, but also realized she just wasn't up for going to the store. So again, she didn't smoke. This went on for another 4 to 5 days. Her noticing that there were no cigarettes, and also noticing that she just didn't want to go to the store, until she realized that she had unintentionally quit smoking. Now, I'm not saying that technique would work for everyone. I am still amazed that she was able to quit so easily after probably over 60 years of smoking. But it does illustrate the concept of quitting a bad habit by increasing friction, which means simply to make it hard, less convenient to indulge in. Marketers, on the other hand, want to reduce friction in order to get us to consume more. They'll say, for only a few dollars extra, you can add, fill in the blank, to your order today. Internet cookies, as we know, tempt us to buy more stuff that's like the stuff we already proved that we enjoyed buying just by clicking another little button. Another element to developing a good habit, whether you're starting from scratch or replacing a bad habit, is having an immediate reward. That's important. Rewards release dopamine in our bodies, and that feels good. According to this book, the dopamine effect is quite short. It's less than a minute. And this is why an effective reward has to come right after the completion of a task. If it's too late, completing the task won't be associated in your mind with that wonderful dopamine hit. Delayed gratification is not going to work here, because that would take willpower. Setting up a reward works with the brain the way it is wired. In other words, the easy way. I'm all about doing things the easy way. One way to think about how to get going on a good habit that you've had trouble forming is to find a way to like it. Most of us want to be the kind of person who eats sensibly, exercises, doesn't procrastinate, and so on. And we know that willpower isn't going to get us there. And even admirable people don't rely on some superhuman store of willpower to be successful. Finding a way to like something is how you can discover what kind of reward will work for you. It won't be the same thing for everyone. So you might say you'd be willing, like is actually too strong a word in this case, you'd be willing to work on your tax return if you only have to do it for 15 minutes at a time. Or you could tell yourself that you'd like filing more if you could talk to a friend on the phone while you did it. For someone else, filing would be likable if they could watch TV at the same time. Now remember, these are not cheats. These are ways of working with the nature of your brain's wiring to more easily produce the results you want. Always take the easiest route to your destination. Why not? Even meditation should be approached this way. People assume that you need to force yourself to sit still and think of nothing. But that's not true, and it's actually not even possible. You can count breaths, you can repeat a mantra, you can even walk around. You can find things the body would like to do better than to try to think of nothing, while still satisfying the point of meditation, which is to get off that habitual hamster wheel of thoughts. My 2 tips today for developing good habits are to structure your environment in a way that reduces the friction to do whatever that new habit entails, and to look for ways to enjoy an activity that you want to become a habit you don't really feel like doing. And you can combine these techniques. What you can do right now: identify a habit you want to create. Let's say it's taking a walk every morning. First, you set up your environment partly by setting aside time to walk, and also by having the appropriate shoes and clothes handy. Second, pick a route that passes a garden that you like to look at, or a store you like to window shop at, to make it more enticing. Hey, thanks for listening. I'm Claire Tompkins, the Clutter Coach. If you like the show, I'd love it if you'd leave a rating and review in iTunes. You can subscribe too, so the podcast will be ready and waiting for you to listen to it. The show is available on SoundCloud and Stitcher as well. And you'll find the show notes on my blog at www.cluttercoach.net. See you next time.